Hi, my name is Jason. You've probably heard in the news recently a lot about people mining digital currency such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. I recently began doing so myself and I learned a lot about it, and I thought I'd just share a little bit about the concepts with you. So, first, when somebody calls themselves a miner, essentially they are participating in the process of verifying all the transactions that are flying back and forth on the digital currency. For example, like with Bitcoin, when somebody buys Bitcoin or makes a request to send it to someone else, there's a whole huge network of computers that float those transactions through and verify them, and they perform calculations and algorithms that ensure that the transaction is secure and valid and that no hacking or finagling is going on. And the computers that do all that are called miners, which can be someone as simple as you or me, or large mining farms in China, or anybody who wants to take part and provide hardware and power and participate in the network. So on the screen here is an example of what would be just a simple home rig. This is a motherboard, so essentially a computer without a case. And it's a motherboard, CPU memory, and then they have 6 video cards on the top there in an open air frame. They do that because these cards make a lot of heat, and the reason you use video cards is because they work very fast, and the type of calculations that are done to mine a digital currency are best done on video cards because that happens a lot faster than using the processor on your computer. So in this case, someone spent probably, if they did it back in 2020, each one of those cards was about $300 or $400. But now that it's so profitable, those same cards today, even in used conditions, might cost about $1,000, $2,000 a piece. It's almost hitting the point where it's not profitable to buy new equipment. But this person would build a simple rig like this, well, simple for an IT person, and then they would load a mining program such as this LOL miner, which is the one I use, and it's free. You can go to GitHub, download it, install and configure, and off you go to the races. So once you've configured it and you have somewhere for the new coin to go to, such as a cryptocurrency place like Coinbase or even your own personal digital wallet, all day the program, which is exactly like this right here, runs and is just processing away all the transactions. You don't have to worry about what it's doing, how it's doing it. The main thing you want to look at is how fast and how many what they call mega hashes per second are being computed by the equipment that you have. So looking at this in my case, right now it's coming out at 111.94 mega hash per second. I've got 3 video cards that are currently working together to support this program to verify transactions on the network. So one question you might have is, why would somebody do this? Well, to answer that, you have to first look at the price of the digital currency. So here's a 1-year chart for Bitcoin. And as you see, when we're down low back in October of last year, the price per coin was $10,741 back in October. And then we had this huge spike that ran it all the way up to 63, maybe $64,000 per coin. Now remember, that's up from about $10,000. So we're talking about a 6 times increase. So of course everybody gets excited. Anybody that had the currency is like, oh my gosh, I'm rich. Wow, it's worth so much more now. I'm glad I started back when it was cheap to get some. And then also people that want to mine it or create it by supporting the network will get in, they'll purchase video cards, or simply if you have a good gaming computer, you can just run the program on the card that you already have that's already in your computer. Now, it may not make a lot of money. You're talking $2, $3, $6, $8 a day, depending on how fancy the card is. But it is good money. It works 24/7 every day of the year. So when you start multiplying those daily numbers by 365, it can add up pretty quick. And next thing you know, the video card that you bought to game with, that you paid $500, $600 for, by the end of the year, you might have paid it off 3 times or more. So of course that goes back to wanting to have more cards to increase the payout. And then some people have multiple rigs, and there are mining farms with just a ridiculous amount of computers and video cards, and even what they call ASIC miners, which are specialized little boxes that are really noisy and really loud and fast, but they mine an amazing amount of cryptocurrency. So when we go back to the Bitcoin chart, it had what's called a bull run, and it just ran up and became very, very valuable. It caught everybody's attention. Even the stock market kind of looked at crypto like, what is going on over there? That's incredible gains. And of course, things can't go up forever. So It got up to about 64,000 and then crashed all the way down to around 30,000. This chart right here doesn't really show it, but it's right at 30,000 even. And people were buying it on the margin, and which means you were using borrowed money to buy more Bitcoin. And when it started crashing, the people that loaned them that borrowed money had a margin call, which is like, uh-oh, your account's going down so much, we're going to sell it for you because we're scared and we want to make sure we can get all of our money back. And then all those sells made it crash even faster. So it went down to a valley of about 30,000, and it looks like it's holding there. So really it's poised to go up again. So everybody's hoping and waiting that it's going to have another bull run and be worth a lot more money. So anybody that has Bitcoin or bought it long ago or is mining it that is creating more of it, it'll just be worth more as the market goes up. So there's another digital currency of interest called Ethereum, and I believe the gains on Ethereum percentage-wise are even much higher than what Bitcoin was. So if you look back in October, 350 some dollars per coin, and then it shot all the way up. I believe on a bigger chart it would be about $4,400 per coin. So percentage-wise, that's a huge gain. And just like Bitcoin, everybody got excited and started mining and buying, and everybody was happy until the day it was all over. I believe Elon Musk put out some tweets where at first he was going to allow you to buy a Tesla with Bitcoin, and everybody was like, yay, let's buy it, it's great. And then later on he said, well, it's not environmentally responsible because a lot of energy is used to mine it, so I'm not going to accept it as payment for Tesla. And at the same time, China told all of their large financial institutions that wanted to offer Bitcoin and digital cryptocurrency to their clients, they said, no, we're not going to allow you to do that. And then this huge drop off happened for just about all the cryptocurrencies, and the market, in a way, it crashed. But if you look at it at its lowest point here on May 25th, it's still, even at that low point, only backed up about a month or two. So on April 1st, it was at that level anyway. So it did crash, but it's just back to what it was a month and a half or so ago. So it's poised to hopefully do another bull run where it becomes really expensive again. So for miners, back to the subject we're talking about here, is they want to get in the game and be able to make money off the profits that are to come due to the appreciation of the coin value. So what we have here is a network hash rate chart for Ethereum. And what that means is it's a total of how much computer power is being contributed towards the network that supports the transactions flowing back and forth. So as you can see, people after January 2017, more miners came on board, the value of the coin increased, everybody was excited and happy, and then it dropped down to a comfortable level that was a lot higher than what it started at. But then with the whole Elon Musk and Tesla and the excitement and the Bitcoin bull run, it actually caused all the coins to go way up. So the number of miners that started mining the digital currencies went way up here. So you see the steep increase in the chart. And that went along with the price of the cryptocurrency. So it was very, very profitable. Like the rig that I have that I use right now, it mines at current prices about $8 a day, maybe $9, $10 if I'm lucky. And it does fluctuate. But at one time, my dashboard was telling me that it was mining about $22 or $23 per day. That was when the prices were really high. But there is a problem as more people come on board to mine the cryptocurrency. They have to increase the difficulty level because there's just not enough to go around. So they make each person run their equipment harder and longer in order to get the same payout. And then if the currency still goes up in price, you can still be profitable with that. So there's a prediction for Ethereum, where here's an article on Forbes. It says Ethereum price prediction: major upgrades could help Ethereum hit 20,000 by the end of 2025. So remember, these days it's running around 3,000 or so, high 2,000s, but it did hit, I believe, 4,400 per coin, and they're saying 20,000. So anybody sees that is like, wow, I either want to buy some now and sit on it, or I'd like to have my computer just create some so I can have some to go along the ride and increase my money. So anyway, back to the crypto mining. Is if you have hardware, it could be as simple as the computer you already own and a video card that's capable, meaning an over 4 gigabyte video card, you can join what's called a mining pool. And here's an example of one that I'm in right now. This is called Mining Pool Hub. And then you get the settings for the mining pool to put into your mining software. So if you're a little bit technical, it's not too hard to figure out. I thought about making a how-to video on how to do that. That might be coming soon too. So for this website here, they give you the information about what video card you have and what to put the settings at, and basically how to get going with that. And then you tell your program to go, and then you just let it run, and it's mining. So I don't really have to think about it, pay attention to it. As long as it's running, I'm good. So like right now I've got 109 mega hash worth of power contributing to the network. So I just minimize this. My computer's pretty fast, and I don't even hardly know it's running. So it does produce a lot of heat, where I have to put an extra fan blowing into my computer. It does heat up my room a little bit, so it's not as cold as the rest of the house, but I kind of would rather be warm instead of cold anyway. And then to look at the technicals of this, if we go back to Mining Pool Hub, go to the Ethereum dashboard, this is basically what I've been up to in the last few days. So at the moment it's reporting 128.85 mega hash per second, which isn't bad. I've got 3 cards. They're not the latest greatest, but they are, giving me a pretty decent rate there. And then on the chart on the right side here, these are the payout amounts in Ethereum. So remember, Ethereum is currently, actually let's find out what it is. ETH price. So Ethereum is currently, not that, ETH, how about CoinHub? That'll be good. Coinbase. There we go. Ethereum, there it is. Okay, $2,831.22 per coin. So a tenth of that, or 0.1 would be $283, and 0.01 would be equivalent to $28.30 some cents. So going back to the chart here, so on yesterday, June 2nd, my rig mined a total of 0.0031. Here, we'll just copy that, and let's convert that into dollars. I'm in the US, so that's kind of how we think about things. So we'll say that, and then Ethereum and USD. So yesterday it created $9. Not too bad, not too great. It's not gonna keep me from going to my day job, but 9.04 times 365. Look at that, $3,299.60 before you take power out of it. And my video cards to do that probably cost around $2,000 or so. And once it's paid off, it's all profit. So I'm already profitable, as you can see. And you can look on the various other days, each one that's listed and what day and how much it mined. Of course, you need it to be online all day to make the most money. The funny thing that I found was that when the cryptos crashed, there are a lot of fees that people will pay that are higher than normal to get their money out quickly. So the crash was around here on May 21st, May 22nd. So normally I mine, 0.3 on average. I'm sorry, not 0.3, 0.003. 003 here, 002, and then on the days everybody was panicked and it was selling and everybody was freaking out, I made 0.0059, which is wonderful. That's almost double because more people were trying to get in and out, and that generated more fees, and the miners make the fees, so that actually helped. And then when the prices were low, my miner was still mining and scooping them up at a lesser price, so that can be beneficial as well. So going back to Coinbase, this is kind of interesting. Current price 38,859 for Bitcoin, and then Ethereum 2831.22. So at these levels, they're not near all-time highs, but they are poised to go back up again. So if we pull the Bitcoin chart, let's go to 1 year, actually all time, you can see this huge curve that goes straight up. Everybody gets excited, and then it crashed down, and the hope is that it's going to go back up again and everybody's going to make more money. And then the same goes true with Ethereum. Everything typically follows Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's having a good day, all of them tend to follow it and go up with it. And then if Bitcoin's having a bad day, the reverse is true. So here's Ethereum. You saw the giant run up and then the crash on the same day that Bitcoin crashed. And let's go to all. And the hope is that curve is going to keep going steeper and steeper and reaching higher highs and higher lows and appreciating in value. So it's really exciting and really easy to do. If you're a little bit technical and you can program a text file and basically set your computer to be able to run the miner program, which once it's set up, I just double click here, That pops up, and after some computation and preparation, it just starts doing its thing. And I see I've got the 3 video cards here, AMD, I've got the GeForce, I've got the AMD, and they all work together. But essentially, I don't really care what it's doing. I know it's set up, it's right, it's going to run as long as nothing bad happens. It's going to make money. So, one thing that I found that is actually good to know is that when you get paid in Ethereum, the mining pools often will make you accumulate quite a large amount before they will pay you out. So if it's 0.01 ETH and you're only mining on 1 video card, it may take a while before your card actually makes enough to get out at that level. But there's a mining pool, the one I use called miningpoolhub.com. They have a auto exchange feature, which means you're going to mine the most profitable coin, but you're going to get paid in a different coin. So basically, that maximizes your profits. Like right now, I'm mining ETH or Ethereum, and I'm getting paid in Raven coin, and it's automatically switching it and dropping that in my account for me without me having to do any transactions in the middle and pay extra fees. So over here, if we go back to Raven coin and look at how I'm doing with that, we'll hit the dashboard. Now my hash rate is 0 because all my hash rate's going into Ethereum, and then they're paying me in this Raven coin. So I started a few days ago, and it's only about 8 cents per coin, which means that's a great time to accumulate thousands of them. So looking in the last few days here, here's the date, and then here's how many my mining rig produced and just gave me. So like here yesterday, I created 101 of them, 115, 99, 65, and then I didn't mine that for a while, and then here's 63 on this day. And then in the last 24 hours, it's already done 85.7. So what that looks like in an account is really great. If we go to a place that I found, you can trade this coin, Bittrex, on my deposit history, you've got June 3rd, so that's right now. It's 1:05 p.m. They pay out about every 2 hours. But so you have on June 3rd, I've got a handful of transactions. June 2nd, I've got quite a bunch. June 1st. So as you can see, this page only goes back to May 31st. And then in quantity, this is how many each time that they dropped into my account. So you see 5, 9, 14, 7, 5, and this is almost like free money. I mean, yes, I provided the hardware and I'm paying the power bill, which really is just a small fraction of the cost that you out of what you get paid. But look at this. So this is just coins showing up in my account, and I can choose to hang on to them and let them appreciate. I could, cash them out, or I could transfer them over to another coin. So like that's just page 1, and look, 4 pages. So if we go down here, here's another whole bunch of coins that I've basically just had my computer create when I wasn't using it. Or even if I am using it, I've got an i9, and it only runs the processor about 10% to keep track of all the mining and make it happen. But what a great thing. You can just sit back and let it run, and you get these crypto coins deposited to your account. I really just think it's wonderful. So it's a great thing if you have the computer parts already, or if you can find a good deal on them. Unfortunately, right now, the cards have just gone off the roof for how much money they cost. Like here's one I was interested in, $1,300 for this one. Yet I think when it was put out retail a few years ago, it was only like $300, maybe $400. So because it's profitable, everybody wants them. And even gamers that don't want to mine cryptocurrency, they want a card so they can game with. And they're really mad at the miners because the miners will buy them up at high prices, because anything that's used to make money, you'll pay a little extra. You almost don't care as much on the price of it. So it created a war between the miners and the gamers. The gamers want to game with cards. The miners want to buy as many as they can so they can create this digital currency and make tons of money. So of course the market just ran out. There aren't any. The suppliers can't make enough. The places that sell them are all sold out. And whenever one pops up, it pretty much disappears before you can click the buy button because there's so many people looking for them. So at the moment, the cards are a little expensive to think about buying a whole bunch and starting a mining farm. If you get a good deal on some cards, great. But otherwise, your payback period is going to go really, really far out. And with Ethereum in July, they are implementing this EIP 1559, which in a way is going to kill 30 or 40% of the mining profits. And then about a year later, they're going to shut down mining on that coin altogether, because mining is what they call proof of work, where your computer is actually doing math and problems and contributing to the network, improving the work that it did, where it will be moving to proof of stake, where miners aren't even part of that process. So anybody that was mining Ethereum is now going to have to go find something else to mine or shut down altogether. It depends if the other altcoins are profitable to mine, because everybody in Ethereum, it's a huge amount of people. Those people at one day when Ethereum no longer allows mining are all going to float over to the other coins. And then there's really not much room for them. So due to supply and demand, the profitability of mining something else is going to be a lot less. But hopefully there will be a balance that shakes out. So anyway, to sum this up, if you've thought about mining some crypto for yourself, if you've got a gaming rig that has a pretty decent not processor, that doesn't matter as much. If it has a pretty decent video card that has, let's say, 5 or more gigabytes of memory, you can do a pretty good job mining. Right now, Ethereum is the big thing. It makes the most money. So you can just mine Ethereum, get paid in Ethereum, and enjoy it. Or you can use a mining pool that has auto exchange. So you can mine Ethereum, which you'll make the most on, and then have it pay you in something else you want to accumulate. Such as Digibyte. I'm focusing on that. I created 3,000 of those. Or like Raven Coin, that's another one I'm trying to pile up and pool. Because my thought on that is every 1,000 coins that I have means if the coin goes up 1 penny, I make $10. So if I have 3,000 of them and it goes up a penny, like I do and have in Digibyte, then that 1 penny move in price upwards makes me $30. And it just gets it gets crazy after that. If it goes up $1, $2, $3, if it goes to $9, next thing you know, you're sitting on $27,000 of profit. And if you mined all your coins, you never even had to pay to get a hold of them. Your computers just created them during the day and tossed them in your account. So imagine anybody that mined Bitcoin early on. I actually know someone that I ran into where their son used to mine Bitcoin back in the day on a laptop, and he has almost 300 Bitcoin. It's encrypted, and they forgot the password, and they can't get in there. If you can get in, you can get a hold of $50,000 times almost 300, 300 coins worth. That's millions. That's $16-17 million is just stuck in there. So hopefully they'll be able to figure that out soon and get someone to crack the password on that, because that's a very worthwhile problem. So anyway, hopefully this gave you guys more information on mining and what's going on in the behind the scenes and everything. I know this is a little more techie than most people would like to look at, but I thought I'd just put it out there. It's all part of my experience. And if you're someone that is considering starting to mine cryptocurrency, this information can be useful. Also, if you'd like, leave me some comments. I could make a video on exactly how to do it. Basically, you set up an account on somewhere like Coinbase, or let's see here. Yeah, Coinbase.com. And then you can use your wallet address in Coinbase to tell the mining pool to pay out in. And then whenever you get paid out, it just shows up in your Coinbase account. And then also I can go over mining pools and go over the software and how to tune and configure and get it going. It's really not that hard. With a quick walkthrough, even if you're not too techie, you can do it yourself. So please give me some comments below and let me know what you guys think and what you'd like to see, and I'll be happy to make some more videos. If you enjoyed this video, please like my video or subscribe to my channel, as I do plan on making more. I really appreciate your time, and thanks for making it to the end of this one. Take care and have a great day.